Hey, what's going on, guys? Just wanted to let you know, man, thanks for tuning in to the William Rutledge podcast. I am so thankful, so grateful, so humble. Just again, guys, keep tuning in. If you want to get that earful of truth, a little bit of knowledge, and a whole lot of motivation. Let me tell you guys, I'm going to keep, giving it to you just how I've been doing. Again, this is the William Rutledge podcast, and I want to say thank you and peace out. What's the deal? What's the deal, guys? I'm back at you, as I promised, with another podcast. And I am ready to get it going. Today's podcast, good folks, we're going to talk about risk versus reward. We're going to get right down to business. What are you doing to take the risk to get what you want? And also, people that want the reward but don't want to do the work. Now, I sit back, right, from day to day. I might get tired of what I'm doing. I might get frustrated because maybe it's not moving like how everybody else is moving. Or maybe, you want it to move along fast, and you might get frustrated with yourself. The other day I had a little conversation with myself because for the most part, I did get frustrated with myself. I did get frustrated with myself because, I tend to sometimes like kind of slack off a little bit if things are not going a certain way. So, I just caught myself the other day and I'm just like, you know what? I'm like, Polly, at the end of the day, what is it that we want out of what we're doing? And I told myself, I want this, I want this, I want this. This. It was like 4 things I named. And I said, do you feel like at this point right now you've done enough work to get that, to get the reward for that? You put in that work. And I had to really, because we could tell ourselves, yeah, we're doing enough, but your heart can tell you different, because your heart's going to tell you whether you're doing enough or you're doing the bare minimum, or you're over excelling and maybe you're just doing it in a different manner where it's not moving along fast. So I had to tell myself that I wasn't doing enough. And I think that was the toughest thing I had to do, because you want to at least think like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I feel like it should be a different outcome. But then I thought about it. I was just like, man, like really, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? And I really just looked at myself and took a look in the mirror and was just like, no, man, you're not. You can sit here and lie to yourself all you want. You can say you're doing the taking a risk for the reward, or you're doing more, but you're not. You're not doing what you should be doing. I should say that. And you know what, guys? I'm really just here today, as I am any other day, to motivate everybody that's listening, because at one point, man, we can sit here and we can fake the funk with one another, and we can say we're doing this, but we know we're not. And then on the other side, I have to be honest with myself. If I know that I want people to be honest to me about whatever it is I'm doing, then I got to be honest with myself. Even when I know I can probably be like, I'm doing it, I'm going to just go ahead and move forward as I have been. I could do that, but I'm not hurting nobody but myself. I'm not nobody, to no benefit of myself if I'm lying to myself, when I know for a truthful fact that I have to work even harder. I have to outwork whatever it is that everybody else is doing. Not to be in competition, but just my mindset. It's just like I have to, because I know that when I get complacent and I get kind of like, a little bit unfocused, then I tend to lose focus. And I'm just being honest, telling my truth. And folks, I'm here to tell you today, man, you cannot ask for the reward if you're not willing to first take the risk. And of course, if you're not willing to do the work. I mean, how are you going to sit there and say, I deserve this, I deserve that, I deserve this, when you the main person, you're not doing enough. You're not doing really legit anything. You have people that get up every day that give 8 hours to their work and 16 hours. And I know it sounds like 16 hours. No, I mean, like, they're working while they're working. Like, you have to take in that mindset that if you want it, I've heard E.T. the preacher say this, that if you want it, you got to want it as bad as you're breathing. I mean, it's no way possible that anything can just fall into your lap, because if something does fall into your lap, by all means, take advantage of it. But when it comes to certain things, it's just not. The opportunity may not, and if you don't see it, man, you might have to take the other way around, take the other route. And that means that you're going to have to work hard. You know, you gotta put in that work. And my new thing is, be it at work, because I got a little sidetracked with work. You know, I want to do something different, and I need to start elevating myself. I need to start pushing myself a little bit harder when I know that I can mastermind anything that I do. It's just that you have to put the work to. You have to put in the work for it. You can't expect it to just. And I never have, but you can't expect it to just fall in your lap and appear at your front door. It's not gonna happen. You know, and if it does, by all means, take advantage of it. I mean, like, go ahead and knock it out. Do what you got to do. I salute you. But if you want something that's because I'm learning. Like, I know that I'm learning, because I want something that's gonna continue, that's going to, run the marathon. I'm not in it for the race. I'm in it for the marathon, because I know what it is I want to do. And I know with COVID, things are a little slow with the area that I want to go into, but hey, I get it. I truly get it. And you gotta sometimes you gotta understand that, man. And I don't think that a lot of us understand the fact that, a lot of these entertainers, some of them may have caught a lucky break. Some of them can't act worth a damn. Like, let's be real. Like, some of our favorite actors are the worst actors to other people. And I get it. I really get it, But, some of these actors work hard. You got some actors that, that still go to acting classes. That still, go and sit with unexperienced actors that are on the come up, just so that they can feel the need to have that hunger. And, I think that's what does it for me sometimes. Like, I'll go out and I'll be just riding around, and I see myself just taking a look at, my less fortunate brothers and sisters. And, I think to myself, man, you have one foot in and one foot out, Will. Things could change tomorrow, and you have to adapt. Now, we've been through a lot. When I speak of we, I speak of myself and just my frame of mind. I've been through a lot, and, I've been through some things. Some things have almost crippled me, like mentally crippled me. And, that's how the podcast came about. It came about at a dark time. And, right now I'm looking at a way to further the podcast into becoming a motivational speaker, or just having some type of connection to the, some type of connection to that world. Like, I want to cling on, I want to really grasp onto that world and do what it is I got to do. And, make the best out of it, I'm not really out here to try to understand everything everybody is doing, because I'm trying to really understand what it is I'm doing and what it really means. And I have to focus, in a fortunate way, I have to focus on me. And I have to really stay focused on me and the people around me, because I just want to. I don't want to have that one track frame of mind where it's like, okay, this is gonna happen, and then it doesn't. Like, sometimes you may not be fit for that particular thing. Like, I think it was probably maybe football. Football was like my most challenging sport. I hated it. You know what I'm saying? And it's because what frustrated me the most about the sport is because I knew I was fast, but there was other guys that were just so faster than me. And that frustrated me. Like, basketball, you could kind of just like lose them and shoot. You know what I'm saying? So I learned that, and I really caught that, and I became what I wanted to become with basketball, and I took advantage of it. But football was like, it frustrated me because the guys were better than me, and I knew it. I knew they were better than me, and I acknowledge it. But what I had built the courage. I had understood what it was I needed to do. And as time progressed, I found myself to be better than not all the whole squad, like the whole, I don't mean to say the whole squad, but I found myself to be working harder. And I'm just like, yo, I'm getting better. I'm getting way better at this. Like, this is what's up. Like, I feel like, it's happening. And as I learned more, I got better, and I was able to compete with those guys. I got faster. I got smarter. I learned the game. I respected it. And I understood what it was I needed to do. And that's when it comes to the podcast, to the book I'm writing at this moment. And wanting to become a motivational speaker to the masses. And I know that I have to learn. I can't just walk into something and be like, okay, hey, I got this, and this is what it's going to be. It's not like that. You have to build your empire. You have, it's a lot of things that you got to do. And, I can't say that I take anything for granted, because I don't. I really don't. Sometimes I do get in my way, and sometimes it's a clear breeze. Sometimes I could, boom, and I can knock it down, And I want to be able to say that when I look, and I can say this at this moment, I really can. When I look in the mirror, I want to be able to say, hey, I put in the work, and I'm going to continue to work hard. Just in case I'm not doing enough, I want to make sure that that's not even a question I have to have. I will let creep into my space, because, man, I know that I can just literally, boom, I can take off. And I will. In due time, I will. I know I will. I don't have a doubt in my mind. Not one doubt enters my mind. I say that with only confidence and not ego. I just want my supporters to know, hey, man, look, I come on my podcast and I speak of problems. I speak of issues. I speak of just what it is I deal with on the daily basis, and I try to wing it, and I try to make it so that it is connecting in a way of motivation. And the only thing, what I'm saying, the reason why I really, this podcast it hits hard is because this is something I'm dealing with as of, like, literally within the today's world, if you want to call it, the future, the past, present, whatever the case may be. And I know for a fact that there's other people out there that are dealing with the same issues, let alone, I already have anxiety I deal with and the mental capacity of just, how my brain reacts to certain things. So I try to like, what's the word? I try to make it so that my mind is just boom. Okay, I can go hard. I can perform. I can go strong, and I don't feel like I'm my own weakness at certain times, and somehow, some way, guys, will I get through it. But I know everybody doesn't think the same. I know everybody may not have the same religious beliefs and everything. Like right now, I'm currently in the month of Ramadan, and I'm practicing. Not only am I fasting, but I'm practicing on being truthful with myself more. I'm practicing on being truthful with my friends. Staying out of certain things. That's what I'm practicing for Ramadan, and not wanting to involve myself in everybody's, party, escort, whatever the case may be, unless I know I belong there. I had to be honest with myself, man. The more I'm doing that, the more I'm starting to see things for what they really are. I'm starting to see friendships for what they really are. I'm starting to see, who really cares about my well-being as much as I care about theirs. And it's showing like literally everything is showing itself to me. And that's what it's going to be for me, man. That's what the month of Ramadan is going to be for me. It's going to be just trying so hard to control my, what I do, my mindset, what I'm not doing, what I shouldn't be doing, what I should be doing, controlling all of my I think I'll say controlling like what you're doing, but more so, just trying to keep a level on what I'm doing, trying to rid myself of certain things, certain habits. There we go. Certain habits that I've acquired over the time to, because, and see how that works. I'm taking the time now to say, you know what, this is what I'm going to do from this time on to the end of the year. This is what I need to work on. And it will be, when I get frustrated, I get tired, I just sit to the side and kind of just breathe and, hey man, it could be worse. It could be far more worse than what it is. And trust me, I've seen worse. My fight and my strength, guys, is just say, hey, if you're out there, you're having troubles, and you're trying to figure out what it is that you're supposed to be doing, just kind of stop yourself and say, man, what is it that you want to do, and kind of just look at the two maybe three main things that you like to do, and what you can what you benefit from, and what you really love to do, and just kind of narrow it down. And once you get that thing, man, you gotta go hard at it. You gotta kind of just strap your boots up. Get ready for the ups, the downs, the left and the rights. Get ready to even think that you're losing. But remember, it's not a race. As the great Nipsey Hussle said, it's a marathon. You gotta be prepared to run it, and run it with just tenacity and strength, and know that each day can be better than the next, or each day can be better than the last, I should say, that you have on this earth. You take your time and you fight through it, And I think the more that we do that, no telling where you'll end up. Next thing, one thing you'll just be starting, and then from that start, you've been on one so far, you don't even know where you're at. You don't even lift your head up, And just got to do it like that, toughen up. And don't worry about what's going on. Address it and keep it moving. That's what I do. If I feel the need to address something, I'll address it. If it's not, I go on about my business. Because I'm willing. I'm trying to put the work in for myself to get to this reward, so that not only I can. Let's see, it's not about me. It hasn't been about me for the last 12 years, coming on 13. And outside of those 13 years, it hasn't been about me for the last 11 years. Getting ready to be 12 years next year in January. So my life is all, I try to take care of myself in a manner where I don't feel guilty. Because sometimes you may go do something, you got kids. And I wanna escalate, and I wanna get to that top stance, for my kids, not for me. I mean, I'll know that when I'm going, they'll be left and taken care of, and secure. They won't have to worry about much, and from what I'll teach them. Because through my podcast, and be on the lookout, because we will be doing another podcast together. I'm going to get them probably sometime soon. We're going to chill on a day off or something to that effect. I just want them to say, you know what, my dad worked hard, and he made sure that we had, and we still have, even though he's not here, or if I'm not around, for that matter. Not even to speak that way, but just if I'm not around, they know that they have something, and not to be spoiled from it, but more so and just know, like, man, if it ever gets to that point, because we all have our falling point, and it's not a spoiling when you want to make sure your kids are taken care of. I want them to be able to reach and be able, like, okay, we got something, my son or my daughter, and I know that what I love doing can provide that type of net for us. Excuse me, and I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it, man. I know I'm gonna get it. I don't have a doubt. I used to doubt myself more than the average person, but no. And all my listeners out there, supporters, you're giving me your time of day to let me chew your ear off and talk and just grab along. And I hope that any and everybody can take something away from this podcast, and you can understand what this podcast means to me. Hopefully it means something to you, and whatever it is that you guys are out there doing, and you're looking at that reward, you're going down that tunnel and you're right there, keep on working, man. Work hard, and the harder you work, that reward is going to mean so much more than just, hey, I finished. But it's going to be like, oh, man, thank you. I fought for this, I strived for this, and I finally made it here. And I have a new outlook now. I can honestly say that the last 2 weeks have been some time to myself. Took a vacation, went to Florida, and I just learned some things, man. I looked at the ocean. I looked at my kids. I looked at their mom. I looked at their stepdad. I looked at the other people, and I just looked, man. And I was quiet a lot. I kind of just was to myself. Of course, getting some rest, but I said, man, this kid. I remember years ago, when I was so depressed and didn't want to live and everything, and I just was having a rough time, and found my way out of it. All praises due to God, and I'm here, and I also promise I made myself. if it gets rough, kind of just step back a little bit sometimes. Your mental health is way important than anything. Feel out, get it out, to speak about it. And in the same instance, man, even if I don't have to be at work to work hard, I don't have to be doing something, because I could be working hard on me as an individual. And, any supporters out there that are showing me love, thank you for continuing to show me love. Thank you for listening, because you guys can be doing something with your time, but you're lending it at least to the couple of minutes that you do listen. You're lending it to me. So I want to say thank you, and how humble I am. You guys will know, always know. I always make it it's a humbling experience, and I wish to say thank you. We're on the up and coming fight up the mountain, but we'll get there. I say we because we're all fighting something. All right, guys. So I just want to say peace. William Rutledge podcast is growing, and I want it to grow more. So let's keep going, baby. Peace.